All right. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You're being joined here by Coach Seabright. I'll have Coach Mr. Lofstead with me here as well. We'll be bringing you some lacrosse action this afternoon as we got the Wheeling Park Patriots facing off against your homestanding Lindsley Cadets in a little rivalry action. You know, both schools only here a few miles apart. Coming up here in the next 10 seconds, you're going to hear a live, or I should say an interview from Coach Zimmerman on today's game.
All right, Cadet Network fans, we are back once again with Coach Zimmerman. Thanks for joining us for a pregame interview.
Hi, Coach. Thanks for the opportunity to be back with you here. I think the last time we talked was before the Morgantown game.
That's right. And I'd like you to go back briefly over these past few games, Morgantown, Brook University. I would imagine your team has been on an emotional roller coaster lately. What have they learned about themselves, and what kind of growth have you observed?
It has been a bit of an emotional roller coaster. That Morgantown game was a tough loss for us. Give credit to Morgantown. They played really well, especially in the fourth quarter, and that was the difference maker. But we did learn a little bit about ourselves on that particular afternoon. We thought we played with them at times and at moments, and it was a really well contested game. So it gave us a little bit of faith and confidence, and that we were doing some things right. But we also figured out that there are some things we need to do differently. So that's been the goal. It's been the challenge for us, and we continue to learn and grow. We think we can do some things better on offense, defense, and in transitions. And Morgantown exposed some of our weaknesses, and hopefully we're a bit better today because of that. But the guys have responded well to the challenges we've had since then. Brook was a little bit of a bounce back game for us. A nice reset in some ways. The starters played a few minutes and got some runs, got some carries, which was great. And then a lot of our guys who have not played very much this year had opportunities. And hopefully, they gained some confidence, realized what they could do under composure, and had a lot of fun in doing so. So that was nice for us. Credit to Brook in their inaugural season coming to play us on our field. We really appreciate that. So we're grateful that all worked out. And this past Saturday had a good game against University. It was nice to see some guys play in different positions and spots than they have been and have a little bit of success. But I think it's probably the most complete game we've played good team defense for 48 minutes and had some success on offense. So Saturday was a great day, and we're looking forward to today.
Today we have a familiar opponent in Wheeling Park. Always a fun and exciting game. There should be a nice crowd today at Lockhart Stadium. How do you approach a local rival like this in comparison with maybe some teams from outside the area?
Wheeling Park is a familiar opponent. Today should be a good day, a good time. We try not to change too much when we're playing a local rival. I'm a big guy that talks about consistency and fundamentals, and we can't change necessarily too much because of the opponent that we're playing. But our challenge today, while playing at home against a group of guys that a lot of our guys know really well. Many of them played youth lacrosse with the Wheeling Phantoms together growing up. They've gone their separate ways for high school, and here we are today, and they're opponents. So I know it'll be fun for a lot of our local kids. It's fun for us as coaches because we've watched a lot of these kids grow up in the lacrosse community, especially Coach Round, who has been very involved with the Wheeling Phantoms, at least in the past. So it should be a lot of fun. Hopefully we can keep our emotions in check, play good, sound, fundamental lacrosse. But we're going to try not to change too much. At the end of the day, whichever team is able to play good, sound, fundamental lacrosse, do the basics really, really well, and then recover when mistakes are made, will probably be the one that wins today. So that'll be the challenge. It's always fun to play at home, especially when we're playing a local school like Wheeling Park. So hopefully it'll be a great afternoon for everybody.
And finally, the Patriots are led by a talented athlete in Luke Simonetti. Does a skilled shooter like Luke impact the game plan for this one?
Yeah, as you said, Luke is a really talented player. So is Cooper Abraham. They have some really good athletes on Wheeling Park's team. So we do have to keep them in check. We have to know where they are when they're on the field. Skilled shooters like those guys, skilled offensive guys, we have to be ready to play good, solid defense together when they're on the field. So, we game plan for that a little bit. We've run up against some really talented kids in the past. So hopefully that will help us today as we look at this. But, they don't have any glaring weaknesses necessarily on their field. So they're pretty deep. They've got strong numbers. And so that's something that we have to deal with. We'll have to make sure that we do the appropriate subbing and make smart substitutions, and don't get caught out of position or in ways that are going to expose. Give them opportunities, I should say, to play to their strengths. So our goal is going to be try to limit their opportunities, play good team defense, and make sure that we control the ball. And if we can do that, hopefully we'll have some success and keep some of the really talented athletes that the Patriots do have in check as long and as much as we possibly can. But I look forward to the challenge. I think our kids are up for the task. Like you said, with a local rival and hopefully a good crowd, should be a fun afternoon. But definitely, we have to be ready to play and ready to go because Coach Caldwell will have his team ready. There's no doubt about that. And it should be a fun affair. So, again, thanks for interview and thanks for taking the time to do this. And it's fun to be on the broadcast once again. So, go Cadets.
If you want to be more independent, you should take the road less traveled. Lindsley makes all the difference. Come on, we'll show you.
There's a lot to love here. A great campus, the atmosphere. We love the feeling of being part of a community, or just hanging out, or playing, even making a school TikTok. We love belonging. We love getting better. The challenges, accomplishing more, caring more, and growing more. Being in a fun and safe environment. We love learning, the environment to foster learning, the classrooms, the academics, the diverse studies. We love the personalized help, the teachers, the college preparation, and the help with life goals. Of course, we also love our sports teams, the winning attitude, the competition, the athletic achievements, both men's and women's teams, all supported with a school spirit that is amazing. We love the special events, expanding our horizons, the arts, the culture, the exposure to many cultures, the global perspective. We love the whole area and the waterfront.
We love having the confidence to be ourselves.
To be me.
Be me.
Be me.
Having confidence to believe in myself, doing it right, knowing myself, growing myself. The road less traveled, it makes all the difference. We love Lindsley because it's a place to learn, to lead, and to live.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. This is Coach Seabright with you guys again. It looks like we are going to be on a 30-minute delay to start this lacrosse game. We've got a little thunder and lightning in the area. So once again, we may be under a 30-minute delay here coming up. So if that's the case, look for broadcast to begin about 6 o'clock today. All right, guys, once again, this is Coach Seabright back here. We're hoping to bring you a little more lacrosse action coming up at about 6 o'clock, okay? We've got some rain, and we've got some thunder and lightning in the area, so the plan is, as of now, to have a 6 o'clock start time. Hopefully we'll have some action for you coming up here in the next 20 minutes. Welcome back, guys. We're here from Fawcett Field. Once again, just providing you another update about the start time for the lacrosse game. Once again, we are under a weather delay, lightning in the area, so the plan as of now is to start at about 6 o'clock. Hopefully we'll have some lacrosse for you coming up in about 15 minutes with Coach Seabright and Coach Lofstead on the call. Whole time? Is this like on the whole time now, or are we just going in for an update again? Okay. Yep. All right, good evening, everybody. Once again, welcome back to Fawcett Field. We've got the Lindsley Cadets versus Wheeling Park Patriots coming up. We had a little weather delay there for the last 20-25 minutes, but we are coming up here in the next 6 minutes. Players and captains are getting introduced right now, and then we'll have the national anthem coming up. Game time in about 6 minutes. Once again, your 4-3 Lindsley Lacrosse will take on the Wheeling Park Patriots. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here. Once again, we've got 12 minutes on the clock set for the first quarter. Here we are. We're coming with you. We have the 4-3, your Lindsley Cadets, facing off against the 3-4 Wheeling Park Patriots. Once again, this is Coach Seabright. I've got Coach Lofstead with me to my left here. We're going to be bringing you the game and all the action. Coach Lofstead, anything to add for how Lindsley's going to get the win today?
Lindsley really needs to, in talking to both coaches, it looks like, the offenses are pretty even, and it's going to really come down to a defensive matchup. Whose D matches up better, who's a little better on man-to-man coverage. Coach Caldwell had indicated that they maybe run a little zone to try to slow down Nolan. So it's going to be, this is a close battle for what amounts to, Coach Seabright, probably the second best team in the North is going to come down to these two teams. I think it's pretty clear that Morgantown right now is the class of the North. Lindsley gave them a really good run. Park hasn't played him yet, but that's coming up on their schedule. So this is an important battle for playoff standings and for the way the rest of the season is going to go forward.
That was awesome. Thanks, Coach Lofstead. Like I said, here we are. We're coming with you with the opening face-off coming up here for the Lindsley Cadets versus Wheeling Park. Emotions always running high in a rivalry game, so we'll see who can kind of contain and keep their emotions in check here to start and try to get that early goal and get the momentum on their side. We'll have Trey Goddard facing off for us here at the start. We're about ready to go, everybody. Face-off coming up. And we are live. That is Trey Goddard trying to get it. Works around, but Park, no, ball's bouncing around. And Wheeling Park's able to gain possession with it. Looking for the pass. Now looking to get into the offensive zone here. And they're looking to kind of slow the tempo down. A little pass back to Luke Simonetti for Wheeling Park there. One of their better players, and he'll be looking to score a few goals for them tonight as he tries to get into the middle of the zone. Ball is batted out and taken away.
Good stick work by the D.
Picked back up by Simonetti as he's trying to make a move into the goal area. Tries to shoot, but it is saved by Will Reesbeck. Should hear that name a lot, as he is our main goalie tonight and will be making a lot of saves. Trey Goddard now looking to run through. He shoots, and it's long.
Should be white ball. Lindsley's ball running through the X, all wide open in front. Good ball.
Oh, off the post there.
That was Nolan.
Off the post.
Nolan wish he has that one back.
Yeah, Lindsley, once again, you got Nolan Smith, who's got the ball out top, or trying to bring it out top here. He passes over. That's John Powell, who then passes back to Trey. Oh, just off the stick. That is Evan Badwar trying to get it, but it does roll out of bounds.
Nets need to drop into the zone.
I really do think it could be a battle of which defense proves to be the best out here, as both offenses are pretty solid and will look to attack here. Number one, Cooper Abraham bringing it up into the offensive zone for Wheeling Park, and he's going to settle it in and slow it down now. So they're going to look to create and see if they can get a good shot on goal.
Park's offense needs to flow through Cooper. He's got great vision, great speed. Comes from a really good athletic family, a great athletic family.
He passes back to Xavier Shaw. Once again, Park just working it around right now. Haven't really tried to threaten to score yet, but they are working it well. Cooper Abraham, once again, he has it. Makes a nice move. Makes a spin move. Good save there by Will Reesbeck.
Well done by Will.
Ball's now bouncing around. Good little stick hand there.
There's Nolan Smith.
Nolan Smith. You're going to hear that name a lot, everybody. He makes a lot of winning plays for this lacrosse team. Park coming up. That's Caden Lyons on the attack right now.
Oh, that's just
Sawyer Palian. And that should go to Lindsley. Yeah. Great play by Sawyer Palian to get it out of that stick.
Sawyer's always had a really good stick in the defensive zone.
All right, everybody, once again, it's still 0-0. We've got 9:15 on the clock here. Your Lindsley Cadets. Ball's kind of bouncing around. Picked up there by number 21 for Park, Dalton Meyer. Now picked up. Oh, still loose. And it's scooped up by Nolan Smith, trying to get it ahead. And no, it's still loose.
Need to catch those.
Could have been a great chance for Felix Julinas there. And it's picked up once again by Felix, who passes back to Nolan Smith up top. Took a little whack to the head, but he's okay. Lindsley looking. We haven't had a good shot attempt yet, but we're looking. Nolan Smith, no, he's still got Nolan Smith scores for Lindsley to take a 1-0 lead.
Good low shot, great placement. Nolan was nice and patient, got his hands free. Well done.
Great goal there by Nolan Smith. Like we said in the beginning, you're going to hear Nolan Smith's name a lot. Makes a lot of winning plays. You're going to see him on the attack and hopefully scoring more goals tonight. 1-0, your Cadets lead. We've got 8:37 to go here in the first period. Face-off coming up. That is Trey Goddard for Lindsley. And I think that's Quentin Bettinezzi for Wheeling Park. It looks like number 3.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right, Trey Goddard is able to win the face-off. That's going to be an important thing for Lindsley tonight. Win those face-offs and try to get into the offensive zone and create some attack here. And Trey passes back. That's Evan Badwar up top. Little stick handle here. He'll work it over to John Powell. John Powell circling around, trying to get a good look. He passes back to Evan Badwar, who passes over to Will Kolovis there. Ooh, nice move there by Felix. He gets into the net, but it is off the cage. And we have our first penalty on the game. And we've got a penalty there. It is a cross check.
It's number 4.
And so it's Maddox Richards for Wheeling Park. All right, Maddox Richards, that's a 1-minute penalty. Your Cadets now on the attack right now. That's Chase Labritz, who passes back to John Powell. Passes back to Nolan Smith at the top, who makes a great pass and just misses by Felix. But it's picked up by Will Kolovis for the goal to make it 2-0 Lindsley with 7:50 to go in the first period.
Good ball movement. Way to be aware around the goal. It was well done by the man up, the entire man up unit.
Really good attack there by Lindsley with being a man up there against Wheeling Park. That was a goal by freshman Will Kolovis from Virginia. He's really coming to his own this season for Lindsley, and he's really done a nice job this season. 2-0 Lindsley. We've got 7:50 to go in the first quarter here. And we're back on the face-off. Trey Goddard once again against Quentin Bettinezzi. And Trey wins it again. He's done a nice job, Coach Lofstead, on these face-offs.
Mixing it up. He put a clamp the first time. Then he did sort of a side scoop. So Trey's mixing it up, working the craft at the Fogo, although he stays on, but at the face-off position.
All right, ball out of bounds there off of Park. It'll be Lindsley ball coming up. That is, once again, that's Trey Goddard off to the side here, getting ready to throw in. He's got Nolan Smith right out top if he wants to give it to him, and he does. Nolan Smith has it up top, looking to create some more action for your Cadets. He gets around one defender.
And Park on double on him.
Yes, Park's got to try to figure out a strategy for trying to figure out a way to stop Nolan Smith, but we'll take many more Nolan Smith goals. That's a great pass to Felix. Just kind of got hit out of the air, but Lindsley's able to gain possession. Felix, who passes back, that is Chase Labritz behind the cage there. He's trying to make a move and get around. Good stick handle, and he shoots and scores. Chase Labritz with the goal.
Really good effort there around the goal. Park not doing a good job tying up our players' hands.
Great goal there by senior Chase Labritz. Chase the seniors from Morgantown, West Virginia. And right now, ladies and gentlemen, it's 3-0 Lindsley, 6:47 to go. And right now, Lindsley's doing a really good job of kind of dominating the offensive possession. Park has not had a lot of time down in the offensive zone where Lindsley's had it for most of the game so far.
So There's a face-off violation by
Trey Goddard there.
Trey, so that's the first one he lost.
All right, first one, we'll see if Park takes advantage here. There's a nice pass there. That's Connor Ball behind the cage. But then passes back. Felix has a chance to pick it up and does. And now he's got a really good opportunity as he's running down the middle here. He shoots and he scores. Felix Ulinas with the goal.
Eventually, guys, pretty soon, Coach Caldwell is going to take a timeout for Park. Just kind of regroup a little bit. He hasn't yet, but...
Yeah, I figured they'd got to call a timeout at some point and make some adjustments if they want to, especially on defense.
One of the things that I think is giving the Park player fits, Coach Seabright, is the natural grass here at Lockhart Field, Fawcett Field, Lockhart Stadium. Park plays on turf, practices on turf. Most of their games are on turf, and frankly, sort of the same thing as football. It's an advantage for us to be on grass because the lacrosse balls act way differently off grass than they do off turf.
No doubt. That's some great insight from Coach Lofstead there. And we've got a scrum here trying to get the face-off.
Battle for the face-off.
That's Quentin Bentonezzi. He was finally able to secure it for Wheeling Park, who passes over to Luke Simonetti. He's got Connor Ball to his left, but does not give it to him. Now Luke Simonetti makes a spin move, gets a little space, and throws it to Connor Ball, who throws it back to number 32. That's Caden Lyons for Wheeling Park, who scores the goal.
Nice job by Caden. Always had really good hands. Played middle school with the rest of these guys in Wheeling for the Phantoms. Really good hockey goalie. So he's a finisher. So if you leave him open like that, that's what's going to happen. He's going to sink him.
Yeah, that was good. That was good passing by Wheeling Park there. Once again, a little break here. We've got 4-1 Lindsley leads. We've got 5:55 to go here in the first quarter. Lindsley still up 3 goals. We've now got Nee Boateng on the face-off here.
He did a nice job against Morgantown when I watched him last.
He did. He did a really nice job. He won a lot of face-offs against them. That's number 24. That's Cole Kinzerski coming in to lay a little hit on Wheeling Park there. Ball's still loose, and he's trying to get it, and finally does. It's a scrum, though, to get it out of his stick. A little backwards pass, but he was able to get it away there. That's Julian Fisher, I believe, who got it ahead. Nolan Smith gets it to Felix Ulinas ahead. He shoots off the post.
That's his second post.
Yes, the second one. This game could very easily be 6-1. And it goes out of bounds. Yeah, last touch by John Powell for Lindsley. It'll be Wheeling Park ball coming up here. It's been a good start, though, for Lindsley. 5:11 here to go in the first. It's 4-1 Lindsley. They've had a lot of attack on the offensive end. Just have to tighten some things up on defense, but I think they'll be okay coming into this. And there's number 1. That was Cooper Abraham again trying to work it ahead. Wheeling Park once again brings it into the offensive zone. That's Aiden Whirl. He passes back to Abraham.
You saw the little difficulty that Aiden had in scooping the ball off the grass. That's just because he's used to playing off turf.
Makes a difference for sure. You can see Abraham trying to shoot one, and it goes out of bounds, but Park will retain possession. And we're back in play here. Park once again. That looks like Luke Sant. No, that's number 32. That's Caden Lyons once again behind the cage. Passes to Connor Ball, who makes a pass to Luke Simonetti, and it's a save by Will Respect. Didn't see where the ball was at first, but great save by Will. Ball still loose, trying to get picked up. That's Cole Kinzerski out there again. Ball still loose. Wheeling Park now does gain possession. That's Luke Simonetti. Really nice pass, but Caden Lyons can't control it.
Just couldn't get the handle. There should be a trip.
And there is the penalty being called right now. Ball's loose. And it's still loose. If once Wheeling Park picks it up, it will be our penalty, right? Yep. And yep, there's the whistle being blown right now. That was a trip. That was a trip on Evan Badwar, as you could see. He was about to gain some momentum there and bring that ball into the offensive zone here past the midfield.
Unfortunate penalty on Park. I mean, he just got his legs tied up, but it was clearly a trip. It wasn't like he was intentionally.
Yeah, no, that was unfortunate. It's one of those accidental trips, but Lindsley will take it.
Absolutely, still a penalty.
We'll take the man advantage, and we'll see if we can get another goal just like the last time. Nolan Smith here looking to get into the offensive zone. He passes back to John Powell, back to Nolan Smith, who fires one just past the goal, and advantage Park. That was close, I thought.
Yeah, Yeah, Joe Spacek gave it to the goalie. That was tight.
Yeah, Cameron Dietrich got himself out of the net there. And there's a pass over there to number 16 for Park. That's Jacob Robinson. Ball is loose. Nice little hit there. That was a nice hit by Trey Goddard to get that loose. Here's number 11, Joaquin Zarer Avila trying to bring it in.
Offsides. No. We called timeout.
Timeout Lindsley. All right, timeout Lindsley here. Maybe Coach Zimmerman looking to draw something up while Lindsley's on the attack here. We've got 3:14 remaining. We've got Lindsley 4. We've got Wheeling Park 1. Coach Lofstead, I feel like Lindsley's got to be happy with the opening results so far in this first quarter.
Absolutely. In a rivalry game that has serious playoff implications, yeah, it's got to be happy with that.
Yeah, like you. Coach.
And like you said, Coach Seabright, it could be 6 if not for the couple of posts.
Yeah, couple off the post here. And like Coach Lofstead mentioned earlier, this is really big for playoff implications and playoff seeding. You know, Morgantown is probably going to be the number 1 team, obviously, but we're trying to claim our stake to be the second seed here coming up in the playoffs here. So this is a big game against Wheeling Park here today.
Absolutely, get a couple home games.
And it's always nice to play on your home field. And while we do have a little break in the action, I wanted to give you a little update. It looks like our varsity baseball team, they've traveled to Shadyside today, and as of now, it is 0-0, and it looks like, according to my game changer, the game is being delayed right now, so it could be on a rain delay, kind of like we had in the beginning of a lacrosse game. Baseball's got a 10-3 record, and they've come off a couple big wins. They just beat Wheeling Central last night, 14-1 in 5 innings. Had a couple big homers from Jackson Murray and Preston Hartley, and Tucker Doty did a great job on the bump, throwing 5 complete innings, giving up 4 hits and only 1 run.
It's always outstanding against Central.
Always good to beat your rival, Coach. If I get any more updates or when baseball gets back at it, I'll let you know. But as of now, we're coming out of the timeout. Should be Lindsley ball. 4-1 here, 3:14 to go in the first quarter. I do like the way Lindsley has moved the ball a little bit. They've been trying to get everybody involved, and they've had some really good shot attempts. And like I said, it could be 6-1 if it wasn't for a couple shots off the goalpost there. All right, ball's back in play, picked up by Evan Badwar. He passes over there to Felix. Felix looking at Chase Labritz behind the cage here. Chase looking to make a move. Him and Felix kind of switch positions there. Chase coming around. He'll pass back to Evan Badwar. Evan drops, but no pressure really, so they'll be able to pick it up. Evan passes back over to Felix. He passes to John Powell. John Powell shoots, saved by number 99. Nice save there by Cameron Dietrich. He's got a couple saves on the night already. And Felix puts it back in play. They pass over there to number 27. That is Chase Bacchus.
Drilled number 21.
Yeah, that's gotta hurt a little bit. That's Dalton Meyer for Wheeling Park.
Yeah, Dalton took that one.
Yeah, and here's Felix. He passes back. There's Chase Labritz looking to get in on the action. He passes over to number 18. That's Colton McAtee. There's Chase Labritz once again looking to make a move. He shoots it just long, but I believe advantage Lindsley. And Tree saved that ball from going in the creek for us. And ball back in play here. We've got Felix behind the cage. He's looking. Lindsley's really dominated for about the last minute trying to find a goal here. They just haven't got one between the pipes yet. John Powell now has the ball out up top. He's about to bring it back into the offensive end here. John looks over to Chase Labritz, who's trying to get past. He does. He shoots it. He scores. Chase Labritz with a goal. That is Chase's second goal so far of the game. Really good ball movement. He was able to get around his defender and just have a clean shot on the net. Chase.
Right now, Park is running a man defense, and frankly, just like in basketball, Coach Seabright, Lindsley's kind of beating their men, getting their hands free, getting just enough room to get shots around the goal uncontested.
Yeah, right now it looks like we look like the much quicker team right now, and they're really struggling on the defensive end to stay with us. And we got a hold on Lindsley there. Didn't quite see that, but possession goes to Wheeling Park.
It may have been knee. It was close.
All right, we got Cooper Abraham. He's bringing the ball up here. He's trying to get into the offensive zone here for Wheeling Park. I do think Lindsley's defense has been pretty good to start. You know, they've only allowed 1 goal, and they've limited Park's chances, and that's really good by Sawyer Palin right there on defense.
Another good stick by Sawyer in the offensive zone.
That's got to be a penalty on Abraham there. That can't be legal. That's got to be cross-check or something.
Yeah, a little frustration on the cross-check.
Yeah,
he knew he shouldn't have. He knew he shouldn't have put the ball on the ground.
And you got to give that penalty almost to Sawyer Palin for making a good play and getting him a little frustrated and getting him off his game. Yep. And we've got another penalty on Wheeling Park. That's on Cooper Abraham there. And we'll see if Lindsley can take advantage. They've been really good on the or anytime Wheeling Park's made a penalty. Nolan Smith with the ball. He passes over to Will Colovis. Will Colovis has it. He passes back to Nolan Smith, who looked like he was going to fire, but then held against it. He passes over to Trey Goddard. Passes back to Nolan Smith. Nolan Smith goes over to Will Colovis there. Will looking to make a move. He passes behind the cage to Chase Labritz.
Pretty good ball movement. And penalty's over.
And he's back on. Full strength again. I apologize. That was actually Felix behind the cage. That was not Chase Labritz. That's my mistake. That's number 8, Felix. And here's Nolan Smith.
Didn't get a shot during that.
Yeah, we've got 18 seconds. We'll see if they can get a good one here in the next 15. Ball's loose, trying to get picked up there. Wheeling Park's coming. Ooh, nice hit by Trey Goddard there. Penalty did fly, though.
I'm not sure what Joey called.
That's what it felt like. That was clean. I mean, they were both going for the ball there.
Geez, Joe. Okay.
Interesting to see what the call is. Both refs are meeting here at midfield. There is only 7 seconds left, so we'll see if Park has a chance to score a goal. Not a ton of time. Lindsley's defense needs to make sure they tighten up here and not let something cheap go in.
On 1 minute.
Cross check. Yeah, cross check on Trey Goddard there. We'll agree to disagree there.
It looked like a clean hit. Hands were close to his body. I think that Joey Sabasic was reacting to the impact of the hit more than anything.
All right, and the time expires here for the first period, and it was a great start for your homestanding Lindsley Cadets. They lead our rival Wheeling Park 5-1 heading into the second period coming up. Like I said, really good first period by Lindsley. They lead by 4 goals. They had a lot of offensive momentum there in that first period, and hopefully they can carry it over to the second quarter coming up, Coach.
Yeah, absolutely. You couldn't really think up a better first period for the Cadets. Again, Coach Caldwell said that he thought it would come down to what defense plays better throughout the game. I think a couple things are at least clear in the first period. Park not really aggressive on their stick check, trying to match up one-on-one without making body contact. Lindsley doing a really good job stick checking, especially Sawyer Palin. I had a number of caused turnovers and strips, so it's a big part of the difference right here.
Yeah, that's well said, Coach. I was going to agree with you there. Sawyer Palin, I thought, did a really nice job defensively. He knocked away the ball a couple times. One just recently out of Cooper Abraham's stick, and then you saw it led to a frustration penalty on him. So this has been a really good start for your Lindsley Cadets. Like I said, a lot of playoff seeding, playoff implications on the line here. So anytime you have a chance to beat your rival and get ahead of them there in the playoff race, you got to take advantage. So once again, Lindsley leads 5-1. We'll have the second quarter coming up. Excited to bring you the action. Once again, this is Coach Seabright on the call with Coach Lofstead by my side. We'll keep bringing the action for the rest of the night. Like I said, the baseball update is still 0-0 in the fourth with a delay. If we get any more action or get any more results, we'll certainly let you know.
A little bit of positive history between the coaches in this game. I mean, both Sean Caldwell and Tom Round and Dr. Zimmerman all coached together. The middle school team, the Phantom, so they know each other. They're friends, friendly rivals in these games, in a game like this. But We're back to action already. So
All right, yeah, we are back in action. Wheeling Park with the ball here. Like I said, Lindsley's defense has done a really good job on Abraham and Simonetti. That's a good play there.
Great stick work there. Coming out of the box and one.
That's some great stick work, and that's Kaio Salim there for your Lindsley Cadets. Okay, first-year lacrosse player. Really good job on the defensive end by Kaio.
Great clear there by Nolan Smith.
He gets it up ahead to John Powell, who passes back to Felix Jelinas there. Felix trying to get in the offensive zone there.
Oh, don't throw that one away.
Yeah, kind of passed across the middle there. And now Wheeling Park looking to get the ball back into the zone there. Good stick trying to, big hit there by Felix. Ball's loose and picked up by Felix once again. And a hit from behind, and there's another flag there. Yeah, they're calling that one on Cooper Abraham again.
30-second push from behind.
I thought it looked like he pushed him. I mean, he shoved him. And we'll see what Lindsley can do once again with a man up. Like I said, it really looks like Lindsley's done a really good job on the defensive end, and in my opinion, they've been the more physical team, and they've been a little bit quicker to the ball other than Wheeling Park. And Nolan Smith passes to Trey Goddard, who puts one on net. It's saved by Wheeling Park.
Good save. Another good save.
Yeah.
Great
Two good saves there by number 99. That's Cameron Dietrich for Wheeling Park.
Really
Two good
nice
saves. He's really hanging in and keeping them in the game. Chase the Brits. Sorry, no, that's Felix behind the cage. I keep getting those two confused. That's my fault. Once again, Felix is behind the cage looking to find someone. He does. He finds Chase the Brits, and it's Wheeling Park, Advantage Park there. It's close.
No, Cameron again, just using his athleticism. He's really doing a nice job in goal.
Yeah, he's made a couple really nice saves for them.
And he's holding it close. Uh-oh.
All right, here we go. Once again, we're back in the action here. Here goes Evan Badwar. He's got the ball up top. He now passes to Felix G. We got a couple guys coming down the end. That's Will Kalovis with the goal for Lindsley.
Running the fast break. It shows you how much I know Coach Seabright. I was basically going to say maybe Lindsley will go yellow, slow it down a little bit in the zone because, there was some chaos when we weren't talking. The ball was just bouncing and bodies flying. It was, a bit of a dog pile out there for a while. I would have thought, at first my instinct, that Coach Zimmerman would have called yellow, slowed everybody down, get everybody set, work a set play, but instead they went run and gun and scored.
Yeah, one of my favorite words I like to talk about sometimes is poise, trying to just kind of keep control, not go too fast. And Lindsley got on the fast break there, but had a nice goal. And once again, it's 6-1, 9:47 to go.
Interference, which was correct.
Yeah.
It was a correct call on their poll.
Really good job here by Lindsley. Nolan Smith bringing the ball up into the offensive zone. He's got John Powell if he would like to. He gets by Nolan Smith. Really good stick work. Really good footwork, too. He fires one. But it should stay Lindsley. It does.
Barely, yeah.
Yeah, barely. Felix slipped, but Wheeling Park was not quick enough to get to it and get the advantage. All right, ball's back in play. Felix behind the cage. He passes John Powell off his stick. Wheeling Park really having trouble getting that ball off the grass.
It's the grass.
You've mentioned they play on turf, and it's a little different trying to pick it up off that grass. Ball's still loose. We've got a scrum off of his cage there. Really good pickup there. That's Felix. Heard his name a lot tonight. He's done a lot of good things for Lindsley. He passes over there to John Powell. John Powell looking to get the offense. This is kind of maybe that yellow you're talking about. Kind of slow it down, see if we can work and get a good shot here.
Pass the ball around the perimeter.
Nolan Smith with a nice pass.
Great save. Another really good save.
Yeah.
Let it go.
And that'll go out of bounds. Lindsley's ball. That was a nice shot by Chase Backus, but just a little bit of a better save by Cameron Dietrich there for Wheeling Park.
Absolutely. He's doing a really nice job in the net.
Yeah, he's made some really good saves. I mean, this thing could very easily be like 8-9 to 1 right now. Lindsley's had a lot of good chances compared to Park's slim chances at the moment. Good pass right over the middle. Another save.
Another save.
Yeah.
He is standing on his head.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. He is standing on his head right now. Hear that a lot in playoff hockey time. Nolan Smith, once again, out top. He's got Chase LeBritz up top if he would like, and he will. Passes back to him, and ball's still loose, but Chase does pick it up. He's able to corral it, and he'll once again bring the ball into the Lindsley Cadets offensive zone. He's looking to make a move, try to get around his opponent.
Ooh.
He fires one, but we do have John Powell behind the cage, so Lindsley will retain possession.
It's kind of one of those possession shots that you'll see when you know you have somebody at X. You kind of take a half-baked shot to be able to set it up behind the goal.
Yeah, I don't mind. I mean, you never know. Ball's going to be back in play here soon, and it is. 6-1 Lindsley, 7:43 to go. And tough pass there. Goalie was able to corral it.
Yeah,
we had kind of two people
close.
run into the same spot there.
Correct.
Ball gets ahead to Luke Simonetti, who tried to get it to 32. That's Caden Lyons. And the ball does go to heck of a dive, but that ball did go out of bounds there. A little late on the dive.
Let's see if they're going to get a ride. Looks like no. Not much of a ride. They'll get it. Just get it. Walk to
Number
Nolan.
11 to Joaquin.
There we go.
A little late hit there by Park, but nothing. That was fine.
That's all right. Walk's pretty tough.
Yeah, Walk's a tough guy. We know him. All right, pass from Nolan Smith to Trey Goddard, who's looking to get on the auction. Makes a spin move. He fires one that's just long in the cage and right. And it should still stay with Lindsley as Felix was able to get there for the advantage.
We're out of back balls.
Yeah, we've got some younger cadets running to go get some for us. Ball back in play here, 6:58 to go. Lindsley leads 6-1. Once again, this is Coach Seabright, and we've got Coach Lofstead on call. Great pass feed there. Just couldn't corral it. That's Chase Backus for your Lindsley Cadets, but we still maintain possession, and we've got Nolan Smith back out top with it. Really like how Nolan's gotten his other teammates involved, and you can tell that the offense kind of really starts with him.
Absolutely runs through him. That's a nice shot.
Right on cue, Nolan Smith with the goal. Sometimes that's just good call by the broadcasters here. That's Nolan's second goal of the game. 7-1 Lindsley leads. We've got 6:35 to go in the second quarter. We've got 2 goals from Nolan Smith, 2 goals from Chase LeBritz, and 2 goals from Will Kalotis, as well as 1 for Felix Chalinas. So, really good start for Lindsley. And we'll see if Park can make any adjustments here. Got to think they're getting a little frustrated, but the ball has really stuck down there in the offensive zone for Lindsley. Face off here up top. We've got Nee Boateng back out there trying to get it. You'll see him and Trey Goddard alternate on the face-offs a little bit.
Quentin Patanzi wins it out in front and wins the face-off.
Able to get it. Quentin Bettinezzi, he's looking. He passes back to Luke Simonetti. And so far, I feel like Lindsley's done a really nice job on the 2 for Wheeling Park. Cooper Abraham and Luke Simonetti are 2 very good offensive skilled players. And they've only got 1 goal here kind of midway through the second quarter. So let's see if they can keep that up.
Really good stick work.
Yeah. Ball is loose there. That's Julian Fisher on the stick work. Really good job. Lindsley's defense has been really, really solid tonight. Oh, slip there on that grass. Nice move, though. That's a really good goal there by Cooper Abraham.
Yeah, it's Cooper Abraham goal.
Yeah. Tough play there, he slips, and then it's almost like we kind of get a little relaxed there, and then he just gets up and splits the defenders for the chance to score. Lindsley still with the lead, 7-2 here. We got 5:50 to go in the second quarter. Face-off coming up. We'll see if Lindsley can keep it. Right now, I've got Lindsley out with the edge in face-offs as of now, so we'll see if they can keep that up going forward in this game.
See what Trey can do.
Park able once again, yeah. Quentin Bettinezzi, couple face-offs in a row.
Quentin again.
Good stick work by Trey to get it loose. Another slip there by Wheeling Park. But Luke Simonetti was able to get it out. That's a good pass to Connor Ball, who loses it as he was trying to. I think he was trying to pass there.
I think so too.
Yeah, he had a lot of space there to shoot if he wanted to, but didn't take it. Number 7 for Park trying to get it. That's Jackson Anderson. He passes behind the cage there. That is Luke Simonetti. No, sorry, that is Caden Lyons with the goal.
It's his second.
Second one of the day for Caden. And that's two goals there in the last, I'd say, 30, 40 seconds for Wheeling Park. We'll see if Lindsley makes some adjustments there. Maybe a timeout to just calm them down a little bit. We've got Lindsley 7. We've got Wheeling Park 3. 5:15 to go in the second quarter. This is a big 5 minutes here. You'd love to see Lindsley try to extend the lead or at least keep it this way. You don't want to let Wheeling Park back in it and give them a little life. Face off once again. It'd be a good start to get.
Good win.
And nope. Ball's. There's a scrum, and it's come out. And Nolan Smith is able to get it in between 4 Wheeling Park defenders there.
And he's a great effort by Nolan.
Sprinting in. Ooh, big hit right there.
I'm not sure why Nolan didn't dish that.
Yeah, he had. I couldn't see who it was to his left, but he had a pass to be able to make.
Not sure why he wanted to initiate that contact.
Yes, he's jogging off now. Probably just needs to catch his breath for a minute. Pass back to Evan Badwar, who shoots on net, and it's no good. Just wide right, but advantage Lindsley there. Another guy, you can really tell the grass surface is getting these guys on Fawcett Field. We've got a lot of people slip here in the last few minutes. And ball's back in play under 4:30 to go. Felix passes back. Is now over there. Oh, ball is loose.
Don't need to force the ball.
Couldn't tell who made that pass there. Number 13. Oh, yeah, that's right. That is Cam Hiriok on the pass. You got Evan Badwar jogging off. Cam Hiriok jogging off. You've got Cole Kinzerski jogging back on for the defense. And that's 18. That's Colton McAtee jogging back on as well. And Park gets it in their offensive zone. Let's see if the defense can tighten up for Lindsley here. You've got Julian Fisher kind of leading the way up top there. Julian's done a nice job on defense. He's really making Luke Simonetti work out there. Wheeling Park's working the ball around. They're trying to find a good, clean shot here.
Julian's athletic enough and nasty enough to hang with Luke, so
Absolutely.
It's a good work.
It's a really good block. That might hurt a little bit.
Really good eat.
Penalty. It looks like Kaio on the penalty. Trippy, I couldn't see what he did.
A makeup.
Yeah. It looked like they both, or like all three were going for the ball. 1 minute for tripping, it looks like. Yeah, 1 minute for tripping, and that's on Kaio there. Let's see what Lindsley can do. A man down here on the defensive end.
So they should be running the box in one zone.
Got to keep an eye on a couple people there for Park. Cooper Abraham, Luke Simonetti, and Caden Lyons are the ones on the attack here for Park. They've been the main goal scorers so far for them.
The box in one, you need to watch the back door.
Ball's off Connor Ball's stick, but he races over to get it.
Lindsley patient, staying in their box.
Yeah, they're almost trying to force Park to, shoot something that they maybe don't want.
Correct. That's the whole point of it.
Nice pass,
a little slow on the rotation, but we recovered. Now we're dropping back in. Yeah. It's good discipline.
And he scores. Cooper Abraham with the goal there for Wheeling Park. It's Lindsley 7. It is Wheeling Park 4. We've got 3:01 remaining.
Coop used Sawyer Palian as a screen, shot through him. Sawyer, blocked Will's vision just enough.
Yeah, it looked like Will kind of didn't see it until a little bit too late there. Just a good shot there by Abraham from Wheeling Park. Let's see if Lindsley can bounce back here. Like I said, we've got a 3-goal lead. 3:01 remaining. Got to get back to winning the face-offs. Park's really got the last few, so if we can get a couple face-offs there. And Trey Goddard's trying to get it, and he does. He's coming down the middle. He's got a clean net. But saved by Wheeling Park there. Cameron Dietrich with another save. Trey definitely got hit there. I didn't see if any type of penalty could have been called there.
It was close, but not.
Little break in the action. Trey's jogging off there. Hopefully everything's okay with him. Miss Kelly Brown coming out to check on him.
Park's ball in their zone.
Little break in the action here. 2:47 to go. Lindsley 7, Wheeling Park 4.
See if Lindsley's going to ride aggressively.
Yeah, I felt like we were very more aggressive team in the beginning. Park trying to get that ahead, and
let it go.
A little confused by that pass, but
they tried to Gilman it out, basically having the goalie walk it out as far as he can to make the outlet pass.
yeah,
Didn't
looked
work
like we were
out.
trying to get
risky.
to Luke Simonetti there, but it just wasn't able to work out. So advantage Lindsley here as Will Respect's got it now. He passes ahead to Evan Badwar, who's not able to pick it up. Ball is loose. Another big hit there.
That should be a loose ball push.
Yeah,
Lindsley
I was
possession.
He wasn't playing the ball there. He just kind of shoved him down. So.
Oh, wait, what?
Did they call a penalty or no?
No, they didn't call anything. I assumed there was going to be change of possession for loose ball
that's what I
push.
thought it was about to be. All right, Cooper Abraham's got it for Wheeling Park now. Let's see if Lindsley can settle in on the defensive end here.
A lot of standing around by the cadets.
Luke Simonetti behind the cage. He's trying to work something around. He does, but it's saved by Will. Can't tell who the advantage is. It's Lindsley advantage.
Wow.
Great hustle by Kayo
Really
there.
close, yep.
Very, very close. Him and number 1, Cooper Abraham, were sprinting to try to get the advantage there.
You got Nolan. Where?
Got Nolan ahead, but it's past him a little bit. Tough pass
don't
there.
do that.
And Evan Badwar looking to pick it up. Oh, goodness. And that's a flag. That's on Cooper Abraham again. I think that's his 3rd penalty today. Yeah, looked like an elbow right there by Cooper Abraham, and that'll be a 1-minute penalty, and that's a big one here. You know, if Lindsley can really wind down some clock and find a good shot and make a goal, be a nice advantage going into halftime here.
Agreed. Plenty of time. Don't need to force it. They got 1 minute.
Yeah, you know, I think, you know, you talked earlier about that yellow call. I think now could be a good time for it. Really work the ball around and then find your best shot here. Whether that's Nolan if he's back on, which he is back on, so glad to see he's doing okay. Nolan's back on for your cadets, who makes a nice pass to Felix, who shoots and scores.
Well, then again, we could just score in 9 seconds. And
so much for Coach Seabright, so much for me telling yellow, more like green there.
Agreed.
That's a really nice pass, though, by Nolan Smith to see that ahead. And a really nice catch by Felix and a good goal by him.
And well done all around.
And that's Felix's 2nd goal in the game. We've now got 4 cadets with 2 goals apiece here. Got a few guys behind.
It's really nice to see them spreading the ball around like that.
Yeah, signs of a good offensive attack there. 8-4. Lindsley leads. We've got 1:10 to go. Wheeling Park picks up the face-off there. That's number 9, Brighton A-leg.
Gets it to Caden, I think, Lions.
Yeah, that is Caden there at number 32. 33 is jogging on. That's Xavier Shaw. And then number 7 for Park, that's Jackson Anderson. You'll see Cooper Abraham, Luke Simonetti, and Connor Ball also a part of the attack. We'll see if Park's looking for a little bit of a slow-down attack to see if they can work something for the last shot here. You got 40 seconds, so got to think they're looking for something good there. That's Xavier Shaw with the ball. Once again, Xavier Shaw has it for Wheeling Park. He passes over there to Caden Lyons, who's trying to circle around. He shoots it. He scores.
Nice goal by Caden.
That is a good goal by Caden. That's his 3rd of the game.
Xavier's dad was the first lacrosse coach at Lindsley, Randy Shaw.
Okay. All right.
It's a nice play.
That was a nice play by Wheeling Park. They still trail by 3 goals, but right now we have our homestand Lindsley Cadets. They have 8. Wheeling Park, they have 5. Got a close game here right now. 26 seconds. This is a big face-off. Love to see Lindsley get it and maybe give themselves one last chance before halftime. Let's see if Nee can get it for Lindsley. Good push around. Ball's loose there. Nee, real good box out there by Nee to be able to get it, but it just comes out of his stick late there for Wheeling Park, and they're trying to get it ahead now, and they do to Cooper Abraham.
Attitude of their guy.
Yes, he's coming down with a spin move. Nice pass there. Really? Oh, man, they had a chance there, too. Lindsley
Beautiful
lucky.
play.
5 seconds left. See if they can play some defense there. Ball is loose.
Good stick by 19.
And
Oh,
a late penalty on, as soon as the horn
I
sounds,
think it's walk.
I assume the penalty will still be.
It will be.
Yeah. I mean, it was legitimately probably with under 1 second to go there. Refs are going to have to convene here for a minute.
I think it'll be second half
Yeah.
with Park's possession.
Yeah, I mean,
walk on a cross check.
Yeah, he definitely gave him a little extra after that shot he had. Probably didn't need to either. There was under a second to go.
Correct.
And Park was scrambling trying to throw something around. So we'll see. But as we have a break in the action, guys, we'll have a 10-minute halftime. It is Lindsley 8, and it is Wheeling Park 5. We'll be bringing you the second half here in the next 10 minutes.
If you want to be more independent, you should take the road less traveled. Lindsley makes all the difference. Come on, we'll show you.
There's a lot to love here. A great campus, the atmosphere. We love the feeling of being part of a community, or just hanging out or playing, even making a school TikTok. We love belonging. We love getting better. The challenges, accomplishing more, caring more, and growing more. Being in a fun and safe environment. We love learning, the environment to foster learning, the classrooms, the academics, the diverse studies. We love the personalized help, the teachers, the college preparation, and the help with life goals. Of course, we also love our sports teams, the winning attitude, the competition, the athletic achievements, both men's and women's teams, all supported with a school spirit that is amazing. We love the special events, expanding our horizons, the arts, the culture, the exposure to many cultures, the global perspective. We love the whole area and the waterfront.
We love having the confidence to be ourselves.
Be me.
Be me.
Be me.
Having confidence to believe in myself, doing it right, knowing myself, growing myself. The road less traveled, it makes all the difference. We love Lindsley because it's a place to learn, to lead, and to live.
All right, guys, welcome back here from Fawcett Field. We are a couple minutes to go until halftime ends. And just a score recap, we've got Lindsley 8, Wheeling Park 5. And it was a quick start for Lindsley there in that first half. You know, I think it was 6-1, maybe 7-1 if I recall. Wheeling Park did do a nice job to get themselves back in the game, but we'll see what kind of halftime adjustments both teams make. Like I said, this is Coach Seabright, Coach Lofstead to my left. We'll be bringing the second half action. And Coach Lofstead, what kind of adjustments do you think will be happening for both teams as they come into the second half?
I'll be interested to see what Park does to defensively adjust because their man defense wasn't working great. I think that they're going to continue to have both Cooper, Abraham, and Caden Lyons cook. Basically, feed it through them. They have the hot hand. Luke, I think they got to get him going in order to compete. So, Lindsley just needs to do what it's been doing, clean up a little bit in the second quarter. We got a little sloppy with ball handling. got a little sloppy with the defensive zone coverage. We just need to tighten that up a little bit. And Park, Park has clawed its way back in there. They've got players, so they just need to feed their three and have them continue to get them back in the game.
Yeah, that's well said there. And there's your halftime adjustment from Coach Lofstead. Just an update there for Lindsley. In the first half, we had Chase Labritz with 2 goals. We had Felix Jelinas with 2 goals. Nolan Smith with 2 goals. And then Will Kolovis with 2 goals as well. For Wheeling Park, it was Cooper Abraham who had 2 goals. And then Caden Lyons with the other 3 for the Patriots. And like we talked about earlier, this is a big one. It's on our home field. A lot of playoff implications on the line as far as seeding goes. So you really want to win this one, not just because it's your rival, but also because of the playoff implications. It's always nice to play on your home field, especially in the playoffs.
2 things we need to look for, Coach, is one, we just had a very quick downpour here for a second. What's that going to do to the field and the footing? Secondly, as we go into the fourth, I'd like to see the conditioning, especially the cadets. We have a much shorter bench. And we played really well against Morgantown the last game that we covered here and just kind of ran out of juice at the end. So conditioning is going to be huge, and also the footing.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here. Once again, it's Coach Seabright and Coach Lofstead coming at you with the play-by-play, and hopefully I'm doing a better job than B. Wade did for you, Coach.
Oh, you're outstanding. You're outstanding and much better looking.
Thank you, Coach. All right, once again, we're back in the action now, guys.
So because of the penalty at the very end to walk, Park starts with the ball. Lindsley is in a 3-2, which is a little different variation than the box and one. Now they've dropped into this traditional box and one.
Yeah, we'll see if the Lindsley defense can make some plays here, not let Lindsley score. Luke Simonetti's on the attack.
Good move.
He shoots, and it just goes off the side of the net there, but picked up by Wheeling Park. They're still back in the action. That penalty will be over here in the next 20 seconds, so we'll see if Lindsley can kill that off here.
Lindsley's rotations. Lindsley needs to watch their rotation. It's getting a little wonky.
Yeah,
Guys are running around a little bit.
A little tighter on the rotations will help that defense. 11-11 here. We'll see if we can hold him here these next 10 seconds so we can get that man back on the field. And a shot there again by Luke Simonetti, and it is wide of the net. Advantage Park, though. See what's being called here.
Not sure.
Yeah, I didn't see anything. I saw the ref talk to him, but I'm not sure what the call was.
5?
I had 5 seconds to go, so 11:07.
I didn't know what Garrett meant when he was holding up 5. It was
okay. 11:07 back on the clock there. We've added 5 seconds there. It's Remy Chauson here to my right on the clock. He's got Beer Minjai with him as well to help.
Park still with the rock.
And here comes the guy back on. They've killed that penalty off. Luke Simonetti trying to make a spin move. Really good defense by Sawyer Paley. And once again, he gets his stick on it again.
Scoop that, Will. There we go.
Yeah, very good by Will Respect.
Let's see if we get a clear going.
Once it gets in that crease, nobody from Park is allowed in there. Picked up by Cooper Abraham on a
They have good stick.
Good stick there by Julian Fisher. Park has the ball. It's Luke Simonetti again. Let's see if Park or Lindsley can keep him in check once again.
Kayo, great save. Great save by Will.
Yeah, he got himself around Kayo there with a nice move.
Well, that and Kayo kind of slap checked it at an inappropriate time and made it a little bit easier on him, but Will came up big.
Yeah, we'd like to see we got to see our rotations and our defense just tighten up a little bit here in this second half.
Sliding early. Oh,
that is a goal by Cooper Abraham.
Cooper Abraham.
Brings them within 2.
Cooper Abraham high to high.
Yeah,
just got a
shot on goal. Goal by Cooper Abraham. That is his 3rd for Wheeling Park. He's got 3, and Caden Lyons has 3. You're going to have to see Lindsley show them a little bit extra attention here in the second half. Make sure they match up and see where they're at. 10:09 remaining in the third quarter. It's Lindsley 8, and it is your guest Wheeling Park 6.
Kind of what we expected from a rivalry game.
Yeah, I mean, you knew Wheeling Park wasn't going to go away. They've got athletes and they've got players too.
Yep.
I think we've really got to do a good job like we did in that first quarter of being on that face-off. We won a lot of face-offs early to be able to create our offense and get some goals here. Let's see if we can get back to it.
That's right, Coach. Me with a very clean face-off win.
Yeah,
textbook
really needed.
Right there.
Let's see if we can kind of get a good look here. Nolan Smith kind of in what we call that yellow, where we're looking for something, and Nolan Smith makes a quick move. He fires, and it's saved by Cameron Dietrich again. He gets it back, and it just misses, but there is a penalty on the play. Something on Wheeling Park there as the action's going to continue for us.
Cadets with the ball.
We still have possession. It goes back to John Powell. He fires over there to Trey Goddard, who will once again go to Nolan Smith there. Nolan over to his right. He looks to shoot. Saved by Cameron Dietrich.
We're shooting from pretty far out.
Yeah, I'd like to see them get something a little closer if they can.
Agreed.
Still picked up, though. We still have that penalty on the ground, so if Park does gain possession, we will be on the advantage. John Powell back to Trey Goddard there.
I'd like to see Lindsley flash a little bit more of their off-ball movement in front of the goalie.
Yeah.
Where if you look, we're leaving it wide open, giving him some pretty good sight lanes from shooting from the outside.
Yeah, we've got a couple of
nice screens
there. That was a great pass there, but John Powell just misses. I think he just kind of lost his footing there. Didn't look like anybody got him. Trey Goddard, though, coming down the middle there. He shoots it. Saved by Cameron Dietrich again. He's made, I bet you, probably 10 saves for Wheeling Park. He's really kept them in this game.
Really doing a nice job.
Loose ball there. That's by Felix, and goalie's got it. But there is a penalty. That's right. That penalty, I feel like, it's been on the ground for 2 minutes.
It's been a while.
Slash, maybe?
It's been so long, I can't remember. Yep. You remembered. 1 minute slash.
Yeah, 1 minute slash. Yes. I feel like I'm in my playoff hockey, announcing there, since that's coming up soon. All right, once again, Lindsley will be a man up here. Really important possession for Lindsley to try to extend this lead. This is the closest Park's been in a long time since the start of the game. So we'll see if Lindsley can work something. They do get a good look there, but it's saved by Cameron Dietrich. Kind of a tough shot there for Felix. I'm not sure he had a great angle to try to get it in there.
Agreed. And unfortunately, they're calling him a goalie interference, so Park's got a free clear.
Yeah, Felix laboring a little bit. He took the ball off of his, looks like ribs there. So just giving a little break in the action here. Folks, while we have a break in the action, if you guys are hungry and you're looking for some food later, I recommend heading to the Wheel after this. I was there last week, and food's really, really awesome.
Well, thank you, Coach.
Yeah, it was really good.
We actually hosted the Park Lacrosse team last night. They did a team building.
Okay.
So they came in, had burgers, fries, mac and cheese.
Can never go wrong with the burgers and fries. I got to try the mac and cheese. I keep getting told that I need to try it when I went in there last time.
It's a big seller.
So here we go. We're back in the action here. Connor Ball picking it up for Wheeling Park. Looking for Luke Simonetti. He finds him there. He's kind of behind the cage there. And
importantly, all they need to do, Coach, is just kill this one off.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't need to score here. They just need to run out that minute.
Correct. And you can tell,
which they've done.
Yeah, they've done that. So we're back to full strength here. They pass back to number 10 here. He's looking to shoot, and he scores it. That's Aiden Burley.
So again, we're playing, for whatever reason, our D is playing far off their man, giving them a lot of room, and they don't really need to slough. They need to, tighten up.
Yeah, there's been a lot of space right there. We've got 8-7 here to go, or 8-7, sorry, score. We've got 7:24 to go, and we've got a timeout for your cadets.
That's a timeout. All right, guys, we've got a timeout there called by Lindsley, and I think it's a good timeout by Coach Zimmerman there. I think we need to settle ourselves in, and now's the time to kind of talk strategy. I believe it was 7-1 Lindsley at the time, and Park's on a little bit of a run here. But, it's a rivalry game. You can't expect them to just lie down and let Lindsley take it. It's going to be a good game. Park's got good players, too, but so does Lindsley. So we're going to see what we're made of here in this third quarter that'll lead into the fourth quarter here. Two well-coached teams, that are city rivals.
Yeah,
that's what you expect.
If you're in the huddle, Coach Lofstead, I mean, what are you saying to Lindsley? You were up 7-1. It's now 8-7. We still do have the lead, but Wheeling Park is on a run. Is there anything that you would say specifically to maybe kind of get them back on track?
Well, we need to remain focused, and secondly, more strategically, I would tighten up our spacing on the defense when we start. We're giving them a lot of room a lot of room to dodge, and it's actually hurting us. Kind of nice to see the coaches from Wheeling University here earlier. Gage Bradshaw, Lucas Stan were here. Watching some local talent, maybe hopefully recruiting some future cards out of these two teams.
Yeah, for sure. There's some talent on that field that I'm sure they want.
A shout out to their rivals, the Lake Erie Storm, who I know are watching the broadcast. Both Coach Sam Ashton and Lindsley alum Graham Lofstead are watching and soon to be texting, making fun of me for my commentary. So they got off the practice field at 6 and said they were going to start watching it. So shout out to them.
That's awesome. And here we are back in the face-off there. Wheeling Park once again. Quentin Bettinez was able to get it out of there. And he's got it over to Connor Ball, who passes back to Cooper Abraham. No one kind of picks him up there at the top. Oh,
good save by Will.
Post, I think maybe off Will too.
I think Will made that save.
Okay, I saw it bounce high.
Wow.
I couldn't tell there.
And we ran it out.
Yeah, Lindsay possession there. That's big.
There we go. Walk.
And Walk loses possession there, and ball's bouncing around. And Parks might be able to gain possession. Trying to scoop. Good stick work. And Caden Lyons is trying to scoop it up. And he does keep it in play there.
Close to the out of bounds, but he got it.
6:40. We're about to head under 6:40 in the third. Let's see if Lindsay tightens up the defense here. Got a blown whistle here. Timeout, Park.
Coach Caldwell takes timeout. Wants to draw something up.
Yeah, timeout, Park here. I'm sure they're trying to look. If you look, most of their goals have been scored by two people, Cooper Abraham and Caden Lyons. Got to think they're going to look to try to find one of them, if not maybe Luke Simonetti in on the action as well for them.
Agreed.
And like I said, we've got Lindsay 8, we've got Wheeling Park 7. It's been a good game, and the weather's kind of cleared up, so it's a nice evening here at Fawcett Field. A little slippery field because of all the rain we've had, but it's been a good game. Two rivals going at it against each other, and it's been it's a nice day. It's a nice field here, so we'll see who can come out on top. Hopefully, it's our Lindsley Cadets. As this is big for playoff implications, as we've said earlier. And I think if one thing I can see from Lindsley, it was that first quarter. We had a lot of face-off wins in that first quarter, and it led to a lot of offensive opportunities for us, and we cashed in on those. And we got to find a way to get back to winning those face-offs.
Got to win them at the X. I see Cooper Abraham getting taped up, his right wrist and thumb. Hopefully he's all right.
Yeah, and you can see Lindsley seems a little fired up coming out of that timeout. Coach Zimmerman giving a little pep talk, trying to get him ready for this kind of important offensive possession for Park. We'll see what they drew up.
Park starting in an open set, so nobody in close.
Looks like
to the crease.
Is that a little boxing one going on for Lindsay, or a little 3-2?
Well, you know what? I guess we have a penalty.
Did they? Well, did they call a penalty? I don't remember the ref saying anything to him or saying anything there.
I don't either.
But here comes Trey Goddard back on now. Interesting. Well, we're back at full strength here now.
Everybody's at full strength.
Yeah, good stick work there, and
really
it's able
nice
to pop right into Will's. And he's trying to get it ahead to Trey, and he just misses, but it's loose. If we can pick it up, get that there. Oh, we tried to get it ahead. That's Julian trying to get it ahead.
Julian trying to goose it again.
Good little shoulder there. He's trying to get the ball ahead.
You got to stop goosing it and
just can't
pick it up.
You can't pick it up right now, and Park's done a little better job there.
And Park is not offside. So
okay. Cole Konzerski looking ahead. That's just a good play there by Wheeling Park. That's down. John Powell hurt. Hopefully he's okay there. It was kind of a bang.
Not sure what happened. Other than he took it on the hand.
They were both going for the ball. They couldn't quite see. They definitely collided there. Hopefully everything's okay with John. John's had a really nice season for Lindsay. He's a junior here, and he's been a big part of their success here this year.
John's up, walking off on his own power.
Yeah, that's a good sign. Maybe it's one of those where you just kind of get the wind knocked out of you. A little slight limp. Hopefully everything's okay with John. It looks like Chase Backus is coming on for him at the moment. Chase is also a junior here at the Lindsley School. He's my #1 man on my golf team.
It's good to see the multi-sport athletes.
Yeah. See, golf and lacrosse, similar. All right, here. We're back in action. 5:36. Yeah, same thing, right? It's white.
Ball and stick.
All right, we're under 5:30 to go. Lindsley leads 8-7. Park looking to try to find that tying goal right now. It's been a good goal, and we've got a lot of fans for both teams here. Like I said, we're at a nice Fawcett field, and Park's moving it around. That's Luke Simonetti behind the cage there. He makes one spin move. Julian Fisher trying to keep him in check. Really working the stick there to try to knock it out. Really good to keep him in front of him there.
Good footwork by Julian.
Yeah, real good there.
Luke's
trying to move it. Penalty called there.
Oh, Joey.
Yeah, I'm not sure on that one. Cade Lyons does pass over there to Cooper Abraham, who's now looking to try to get into the zone to score. That was a nice job by Kaya there to keep him out of there.
Caught a slash.
Yeah.
Which, if anything, maybe a 30-second hold, but you could also call it a ward, to be perfectly honest, against Luke.
See the slash there, but
I didn't either. But Joey has a way of evening calls up as games go along.
All right, here we go. Park's bringing it back into play here. Looks like Connor Ball behind the cage, and then passes. I can't quite see the number. It's probably going to be advantage Park there. Yeah.
That was Luke, I think.
Yeah, I couldn't quite. Yeah, that is 22. That's Luke
on the shot.
Yeah,
it was just off a little bit.
Like I said, I think Lindsley's done a nice job on Luke. They have held him scoreless so far. And Park brings it back in play under 4:30 or under 4:40 to go here. Lindsley's defense got to be getting a little tired out there. I feel like Park's really been on the offensive end here a lot in this third quarter.
They have fields tilted. I don't like walk all the way out there, and that's why.
It's tough.
He needs to sink back.
Luke Simonetti, he shoots it, and it's a great save by Will Reese.
Will saw that the whole way.
Yeah,
well
he's
done.
Trying to get it ahead. It's Cole Konzerski who misses it though. Oh, it's picked up though. That is Evan Badward who's running down the left side. Okay, let's see if Lindsley can settle in here. Great pass to Chase Labritz.
Chase, get it back.
He's got Nolan Smith at the top here. Yeah, Nolan Smith's got it at the top. Great pass there to Felix, who scores for Lindsley.
Really well done.
Great job, and that's a really nice pass. I couldn't tell if Chase was going to try to shoot it, but he got a nice pass there to Nolan Smith, who found Felix right in front of the net for his third goal of the game.
It was a great man-down goal.
Really nice goal, and that's a way to really stop the momentum, because you had to feel like Wheeling Park had a little bit of momentum there during this third quarter.
They had a bunch of momentum, you're correct.
Great goal there by Lindsley. That makes it 9-7. The Cadets lead with 3:56 to go.
How long is this penalty?
That's what I feel
I thought it was. I thought it was a minute.
He's still in there. Did they call it for more than that? Because I feel like, if not, it's got to be getting pretty close to ending.
I would think.
Yeah, Wheeling Park wins the face-off. That's Quentin Bettenazzi who's won the face-off.
So now we're even.
And we're back on here.
Julian being a menace with this stick.
Yeah, Julian's been really good defensively out there for us. Him and Sawyer Palin have made multiple plays tonight. Great stick work there by Nolan Smith. Not just on the offensive end. Oh, get there. Okay, Luke Simonetti was trying to catch up. I didn't see what the call was there.
What?
Ref blew the whistle, but I didn't see the motion.
Dakota, what are you calling? That's wow.
I did not see what he was calling.
He called a loose ball push, but away from the ball.
Yeah, I was gonna say there was nothing. Nolan was running down by himself, so I didn't see anything in the back part of the action.
Neither.
Love to have instant replay on that one. All right, Cooper Abraham with it out top. He's trying to make a spin move. He's trying to work it around. Good little double team there by Lindsley. That's Cole Konzerski, and that's Trey Goddard on the defensive end for
Good double.
Sawyer Palin making a nice little defensive play there. He passes to Luke Simonetti, who gets the round and then falls over. Ball is loose. Sawyer Palin doing a nice job of trying to get both. He hit both of them to get it out of there. Didn't quite see the call here.
He said he was in the crease. That we were in the crease.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like the action was behind the cage there, so I didn't see that. We were in the crease there. 2:35 to go. We got Lindsley 9, Wheeling Park 7. Late third quarter. This is the big 2 minutes for both teams. Nice pass there. And that is a goal. That's Luke Simonetti for Wheeling Park.
Not on the board in a good time for him.
Yeah, I think
good
that
goal.
was a nice pass. I think that was Connor Ball on the pass, maybe.
Great feed.
And it was just a good cut, honestly, right down the middle by Luke Simonetti.
I think that may be Luke's 91st goal.
That is, he has 90 goals in his high school career. So that's now 91 for him.
How about that? That's pretty impressive.
Yes, he hasn't committed anywhere for lacrosse. I was talking to his dad actually before the game, and it looks like he's looking for something to do with hockey here coming up at the end of the year. And it looks like we've got another timeout. It looks like I didn't see if it was us who called it or.
Not sure.
And so, next time you need a timeout, maybe pop down to 808 National Road and try some of the world famous crab dip and wash it down with your favorite soda pop there at the wheel.
We serve Pepsi products proudly.
Yes, like I said, I was there a couple weeks ago, and I had the crab dip, and it was really, really good. So, folks, if you need somewhere to go eat or you need to get a little, a refreshment after the game, pop down to the wheel. I highly recommend it. Guys, we've got 2:26 remaining in the third quarter. Sun's coming out here at Fawcett Field, really shining on the jerseys there. Lindsley 9, Wheeling Park 8. And this is a big 2:26 coming up here at Coach Lofstead.
Great game. This year, very important going into the fourth. Who has the momentum?
Yeah, Lindsley really started off the game with all the momentum, and I feel like Wheeling Park has gotten a little bit back since that second and third quarter. But this is a big 2:26 coming up, and it starts right here with this face-off and knee Boateng out there at midfield. You've got knee out there on the face-off. You've got Quentin Bettinezzi for Wheeling Park, and then you've got Nolan Smith on knees left and Trey Goddard on his right, looking to find the ball for each other. And he's trying to get it. He's able to scoop it out, and it is picked up there by Trey Goddard. Watch behind you, Trey. That's Connor Ball trying to get it. And they called a penalty on Connor Ball.
Wow.
Got to be a slash.
Yep.
Slash on Connor Ball there, but Lindsley does have possession, so let's see if they can take it. Nolan Smith down the lane, and he scores it for Lindsley.
Well done by Nolan.
Yeah, that was a really, really nice play by Nolan, and also just a breakdown by Wheeling Park. Hard to lose Nolan Smith, but he kind of came down untouched, and Wheeling Park just didn't do much to stop him.
Yeah, literally went right through the D.
That was a frustrating penalty call on Connor Ball there, and I think it led to a disruption of the defense by Wheeling Park. So that's a great goal by Nolan Smith, and a big one there to extend the lead to 2. That's Nolan's third of the game now for his hat trick. And the penalty does still stand now on Connor Ball as he is out at the moment. So Lindsley should be a man up here.
That's man up on the face-off. And he should just win it back somehow.
Yeah,
so where Connor can really tie him up.
Yeah, you got Sawyer on his right trying to come get it. And we should be able to pull that out. And once again, Sawyer does have it.
Our offensive guys need to move a little bit.
Yeah, they got to find it. Sawyer, he's coming down in the offensive zone. Just a touch to the right, just a touch off on the pass. That was great hustle, though, by Sawyer Palin. Like I said, we've called his name a few times tonight. He's made a lot of nice plays for the Cadets.
Really, really, really good defensive zone player. Actually, was about to make a really nice offensive play. Just couldn't connect.
All right, guys.
So that's a interesting way to clear.
Yeah.
Which surprised me, but okay.
Yeah, ball is loose. Some good stick work by John Powell, who's back in the game now. Good to see him back healthy.
So Cadets are man up, so we should win that scrum.
Yeah.
Get it to somebody open,
There we
Felix.
go. Try to get it out.
Felix, get it to somebody open.
Okay, there we go. Always good to get it to Nolan Smith's hands.
Absolutely. No one got
He's going to
touch
try to settle it down for the Cadets now. Look for something good here. They've got 1:15 remaining. Love to see them work for something really good and in close. Great pass there by Chase LeBritz, who scores.
That was a nice feed. Good play.
Yeah. And Chase coming up a little bit limping there. I couldn't quite see if he turned his ankle or just kind of hurt his foot as he was coming down. But nonetheless, the goal still stands. And that is Chase LeBritz's third goal of the game for your Cadets. It's really good. You know, the Cadets are extended their lead, you know. Really, really good by Lindsley. It's 11-8 now. We've got 1:08 remaining in the third quarter. Lindsley 11, Wheeling Park 8. Another big face-off coming up. And a really good way of Lindsley to respond out of that timeout there, Coach. You know, they were up 9-8, but momentum's really seemed to be on Park's side. So a really good response for Lindsley out of that timeout.
Agreed, Coach. We said that last 2:26 was going to be important. At least the first minute of the 2:26 was all Cadets. Nice shot there by Coop.
Yeah, Cooper just missed, but advantage Wheeling Park, I believe, there.
Yep.
Yeah,
We had two guys at X.
Yeah.
Yep.
Connor Ball picking up there. Now passing, you know, Luke Simonetti's going to put it in play there. He passes over to Caden Lyons. We're getting ready to wind it. Here we go. Caden Lyons has it behind the cage. Luke Simonetti also there with him. Caden passes to Connor Ball. He passes over to Luke, who misses it. It is picked up by Xavier Shaw there. Xavier Shaw trying to get it around there. He passes to Caden Lyons. Caden looking for a shot
lost.
there. Oh, good save by Will. He did kind of get lost in the shuffle. You know, 20 seconds left. Park's looking to try to find one. Be a good stop by Lindsley to keep this at a 3-goal lead.
Just need to mark up a little bit.
And tighten up our defense.
Not sure what Garrett called.
Yeah, I didn't see the call, but we'll take it. This is advantage for Lindsley. Will Respect trying to get ahead. He does to Evan Badwar. Under 7 seconds to go.
Gotta go.
Park slips. You know, they got to get something quick. You got 4 seconds.
Here
3
it is.
seconds.
He's
2
open.
seconds. 1. Go! As the buzzer sounds, I think it should count, Coach.
Yeah, it definitely left this stick before the buzzer.
You know, what a goal there. A turnover. Sloppy penalty there by Wheeling Park leads to a goal with no time remaining there in the third period by Nolan Smith. Just a really, really great goal there by Nolan to finish off the period, Coach.
So as we talk, Coach, now the last 2:26, we put up 3. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, you know, I think it was a timeout, and I believe there was 2:26 on the clock, and it was 9-8 with Park seizing a little bit of momentum. So Coach Zimmerman really made some nice adjustments there, gave him a good speech, and you could tell Lindsley came out of that timeout kind of pumped
fired up.
They were screaming, they were yelling, so whatever Coach Zimmerman said really seemed to get the job done because they just scored 3 goals in the final 2:26 of that third quarter. Now they've just snatched the momentum back right from Wheeling Park. Coming up, we've got an exciting fourth quarter here, okay? It is Lindsley 12, and it is Wheeling Park 8. Big third quarter there from Chase LeBritz and Nolan Smith, who now have Nolan 4 goals, Chase 3, and also Felix has a hat trick as well with 3.
At Vocelli Pizza, pizza is our passion. Each of our items is made from the freshest ingredients created the way you want it. Delivery, carry-out, or our new dine-in option. Stop in for a quick lunch or bring the family by. Conveniently located between Fort Steuben Mall and Hollywood Plaza. For a limited time only, online pizza orders are 30% off. Order online or call us at 740-264-4422.
All right, here's your pizza, and you have a Vocelli day.
All right, guys, we're back here. Lindsley 12, Wheeling Park 8, getting ready for that start of the fourth quarter here. You know, and while we have a break in the action, I've said it a couple times, but if you're looking for a bite to eat and a place to get a quick soft drink after, head down to the Wheel at 808 National Road. I can vouch for you. The food's really good.
So Seabright heading into the fourth, a little bit of gut check time, up by 4, kind of where we want to be.
Yeah, like we said, it was a great response from us with that final 2:26 to extend the lead to 4. I mean, it was a 1-goal game. You could tell Park had a little bit of the momentum. The crowd was starting to get on their side a little bit, but a great response from your homestanding cadets and Coach Zimmerman.
I see down to the right, the Wheeling's Phantom middle school team is gathered. They were here watching the game. Going to be future Park and Lindsley and Central players.
Yeah, I talked to some of the parents here. They said they were going to watch the game, and then I believe they have practice set for it at some point today. So good to see a lot of people here watching this. This is a really nice game between two good teams here. And Nee Boateng wins the face-off. Nolan Smith picks it up, and he's racing down to the offensive end. He gets through, and he shoots it and scores.
Well done by Nolan. He wants to try to put this away.
Yeah, that's a really good goal there by Nolan Smith to start the fourth quarter. That is Nolan Smith's 5th goal of the game right there.
Hopefully it's drawing the attention of coaches Gage Bradshaw and Lucas Stan from Wheeling University. Hopefully this is going to put Nolan on their radar.
Nolan's just a really good kid, and also he's a 3-sport athlete here at the Lindsley School. He was a big part of our basketball team's success and ran cross country there in the fall. He's a good runner. And he's trying to win the face-off, and then it almost Quentin Bettenhausen had it, but then he lost it. Now Nee picks it back up. Yeah, and he brings it into the offensive end. He's got Chase the Brits now with the ball there on the left. He's looking to come down to the attack and score. He shoots one, and it's saved by Cameron Dietrich. Nice save.
Good save by Cameron.
Yeah.
He's really playing well. Yeah. He's really kept it close.
The game's fairly been even as far as shots on goal. Lindsley's got 20 shots on goal to Wheeling Park's 17. So Will Respect's made quite a few saves, as Cameron Dietrich has for Wheeling Park. Park, once again, they have possession. Luke Simonetti's got it behind the cage. Julian Fisher really making him work today right now.
He really is.
He's done a really nice job defensively. He's kind of kept him in front of him, hasn't let him get behind him a little bit to create more space. So give Julian credit today.
Agreed. He's playing him really well. Using his feet, pushing at the right time, stick checking at the right time.
Yeah, and there's Cooper Abraham trying to get around.
On a shorty. Now he's double
Evan Badwar, and he's down. Penalty called there. But Park still has possession, so Lindsay's got to get it for this penalty to happen here right now. Yeah, passes over to number 10. That's Aiden Worley, who scored a goal earlier. He's trying to get around there, but Lindsay kind of with a little double team is marking him really well right now.
Lindsay sliding early to the ball.
Joaquin had the stick in the face there on Connor Ball there for a minute.
Oh.
Nice pass there. And it is a goal by Cooper Abraham there.
Caught Kyle Ball watching a little bit.
He kind of got caught there.
Totally looking the wrong way.
Yeah, got to give Cooper credit there. He made a nice cut to the middle of the offensive zone there, and he kind of had a clean look at it. Lindsay 13, we've got Wheeling Park 9. Still 10 minutes and 8 seconds left. A lot of game time here, Can Lindsley maybe slow it down a little bit, Coach, to kind of, I don't want to say burn some clock, but maybe take advantage of some possessions and really work for something good?
Need to a little bit. Become more deliberate.
Yeah, I don't think we need to fire anything too quick to try to, bleed some of this clock. The clock's our friend at this point, so the sooner we can get it down to 0, the sooner we get this win. Face-off is happening
face-off
now.
battle.
And picked up. Sorry, whacked it back, but I thought Park was going to get it.
Did too.
Yeah, we'll see. It's still loose. And
Sawyer with a good ground ball.
Got it. No, still loose. Who's going to get it here? And it is now picked up by Cooper Abraham, who's coming into the zone.
The swim move.
Yeah, nice spin move. He's got a guy wide open, and it is a goal. That's Luke Simonetti with a goal there for Wheeling Park. Kind of started, the face-off was loose there for what seemed like 20 seconds before someone could pick it up. And unfortunately, Wheeling Park was able to get it there. But you got to give Cooper Abraham credit there. He made a nice spin move, and he had a nice pass to Luke Simonetti there.
No, he did a great job. Good player, makes plays.
9:43 to go. Lindsley 13, Wheeling Park 10. Like we said, I feel like it's a game of momentum. I felt like Lindsley took some of the momentum there with 4 straight, and then Wheeling Park now has 2 straight and is trying to get back in there.
Great face-off win. Run, Nolan.
That's Luke Simonetti from behind on the
yard sailed him.
Yeah.
Don't rake it. Scoot through it.
Pick it up.
Loose ball push.
Julian Fisher right there. We're back in the action. Under 10 minutes to go here. We've got 9:25, but that seems like an eternity in a lacrosse game with how much stoppages there are. This is 2 good teams going at it, so this has been a lot of fun for us to bring to you guys, and hopefully you're enjoying the broadcast out there. Cooper Abraham with a spin move. He's out top. Good defensive work there by Julian. Julian was able to knock that down.
Defense needs to mark up.
Let's see here. We've got pass back to Connor Ball there.
Can't ball watch.
Yeah, let's see. That's Caden Lyons with the ball, looking to get a goal here. Park trails by 3, 13-10, 8:44 to go.
Kyle, nice job there.
Yeah, Evan Badmore there. He's marking Connor Ball at the moment. Connor passes over to number 10. I believe that's number 10. Yeah, it's Aiden Worley.
Yep.
Good.
Walk with the ball. Should have been a trip.
There. Still loose, but Walk just couldn't pick it up there. You see that a lot with the cross. Ball's just always loose at times. Walk's still trying to get it. And it is out of bounds off
Park's ball.
Yeah.
After all that.
Yeah, Park will get possession there. We just couldn't get it into our stick there.
(13-10), 8 minutes to go. Luke Simonetti spinning.
That is a goal by Luke Simonetti.
Really good play. Really good individual effort.
Yeah. It's a nice play. Not much you can do there if you're Will Reese back.
Nope. Our poles need to take the body.
Yeah, just got to be just talk and communicate a little bit as well. 13-11 here. There is exactly 8 minutes left to go here in the 4th period, and we've got ourselves a game, like we said earlier. I think we both knew coming in that this was probably going to be a close one. Both teams fairly even matched at this point. And we'll see who can kind of seize the momentum and take control here.
Coach Caldwell told me last night that he expected the score to be above 20 for both teams.
Yeah. I mean, we both kind of talked about it. I think both teams' offensive power has been shown today. But the defenses, they've made some plays at times too. And Park gets the face-off here. 7:50 to go.
Face-off awarded because of a violation.
Yeah. Luke's, that might be Caden Lyons, actually. Oh, nice save by Will Reese back in. I think he was in the crease.
It's in the crease. Thank you.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Thank you, Garrett.
That's Luke Simonetti who was in the crease, and they're getting it ahead to Nolan Smith real quick. I'm good with that. He's got John Powell streaking down the middle. He finds John.
We still have numbers.
Oh, man, I would have liked to see him pass it off there to chase the Brits, but that's okay. We still retain possession.
Come on, get it going.
Yeah,
get it going. There's no goal. Nobody in the goal.
Goal!
That's what happens when you go
John Powell with the goal, yeah. I mean, that came about real quick. You could tell Park was not ready for that defensively. And that's got to be a frustrating goal to give up if you're Park's coach.
It is.
I mean, but that's a heads-up play by Chase the Brits to get it in quickly and feed John Powell right in the middle. And he got a wide-open net, and he did what he should. Put it right on goal. That's John Powell's first goal of the game.
Good to see him on the board.
Yeah, good to see him. He's had a really good year for the lacrosse team. Does a great job in that middle there.
7:18 to go, Coach.
Yeah, let's see if we can hang on here. Like I said it earlier, but it was at the 9-minute mark. These 2 minutes feel like eternity or so. Let's see if we can really grind out some clock here.
They're going to call.
Yeah. I assume that's called on Sawyer Paley there.
No, actually, it was called on our face-off guy on Trey.
Trey Goddard, okay.
For Sawyer with a huge strip again.
Good.
Another turnover.
Yeah, he's done a great job defensively, and now we've got. Can't quite see the number there. It was a great pass though. He got hit late there. That was Will Kalovis on the pass. And now this time, I think Lindsley can really start to work the ball around and work some clock there, you know? They don't need anything crazy.
It was a dangerous pass.
Yeah, dangerous pass there. And we have a penalty flag flying. Oh, no. That penalty must be on Lindsley. Yeah. 1 minute there.
A slash.
Yeah, I didn't see 17. They're calling on Nolan.
Coach, I told you, Joey has a way of evening calls up.
Yeah, that's a tough call.
There were a lot of flags going against Park early, and Joey's making it even.
Yeah, it felt like that's a tough call against. I mean, I felt like there was 4 or 5 guys in the middle of the play there, so tough to call that slash. We still got 14-11 Lindsley, 6:36 remaining.
Lindsley in their box and 1.
Yeah, let's see here. Park's going to look to move
Not
the ball
crazy.
around here.
There we go. We need to sink that.
Yeah, 6 minutes is a lot of time still in lacrosse. So
tons of time.
They're going to look to try to find their clear shot. You know, they're going to look to find Luke. He's closer to the crease here on this
Correct.
man advantage.
Julian needs to just stay close.
Got to know where he's at all times. Him, Caden, and Cooper have done their primary scoring for them. So
correct.
You
Now
can see Luke coming in right now.
Yeah. Boys, don't do that.
Yeah, no need for that double there. That was Joaquin and I believe Julian there.
Yes. Those 2 players for Park are too good to do that too.
Yeah,
and if you're going to go, you got to go all the way, and you got to go hard. They kind of tiptoed on the double, and it gave Coop plenty of time to find Luke and to sink it with nobody in front of him.
It's a quiet first half for Luke Simonetti.
Yeah,
He's picked up the scoring for Wheeling Park to get him back in it. So Lindsley 14, Park 12. Come on, Lindsley Cadets. Let's see if we can bring this one home with 6 minutes left to go.
That's
now
Luke's
going under
92nd goal of his career.
Yeah. Really impressive for Luke. All right, your Trey Goddard coming down here now.
Find him.
Goes back to Nolan Smith. He's trying to get it to John Powell. And ball's loose. And 16 was trying to get it. That's Jacob Robinson, but he just couldn't quite corral it for Wheeling Park.
Probably need to go to yellow.
Yeah, you know, take your time, really work it around. You know, we don't need to do anything too quick. I guess I don't mind the shot there, though, by Evan Bad, where he's got Felix back there for the advantage.
Yep. And 5 on the clock, please. .528. Yep.
All right, guys, we're back in action here. 5:20 remaining. Lindsley 14, Wheeling Park 12. And it's been a really good game between 2 good teams. Chase LeBritz with the ball there on the left. He passes back there to Nolan Smith. And you can kind of see a little bit of yellows we've talked about, Chris.
Lindsley in an open set, moving it around the perimeter.
And, you know, we don't need to force anything at the moment. We're the ones with the 2-goal lead, so Cam Hiriok now with the ball. He passes back to Evan Bud. Our ball was loose, but they're calling a penalty on 21.
Sounded like some head contact.
Yeah, that was Dalton Meyer. He definitely got him with a stick to the head. Nolan Smith coming down. He tries to fire. The ball's still loose.
Still a battle for the GB.
Lindsley still got it. I mean, the clock's really starting to tick now. We're about to go under 4:30. Use that clock to our advantage. Keep lining it. Good pass there to Evan Badwar, who slips in there, and he gets crushed there. My goodness.
Huge hit.
Hopefully Evan's okay. He's down there. He's able to pop back up, though. A lot of credit to him.
Park down 2 men.
Yeah, hopefully he's okay there. jog off under his own power, so that's a good thing there.
4:18 to go. 14-12. Lindsley of Park.
Yeah.
Park should be 2 men down.
2-man advantage is going to be really key here for Lindsley. Like I said, they get a chance to really work some clock and get a great possession here.
It's a non-releasable body check. Was the second goal, or it was the second penalty on number 4, which means Coach Seabright that Lindsley could score as many goals as they want during that 1 minute.
Yeah. It's always a good sign, especially when you're up 2 and there's only about 4:18 left to go. So ball's back in play. Chase the Brits has it to Felix behind the cage. Felix passes back to Nolan Smith, who just loses it, but he'll be able to corral it before anybody gets to it. And he does.
We should be flashing in front of the goalie a little bit.
Yeah. Not a bad shot there. I mean, when you've got the man advantage, and Chase the Brits is behind the cage, so I don't hit the shot there from Nolan.
Agreed.
You can hear Coach Zimmerman down on the sideline saying, work it, work it. So you can tell he wants them to work the ball around a little bit, look for their best shot. Felix now has it behind the cage. He's looking to find someone open there. He does. That's Chase the Brits, who goes back to Will Kalovis. John Powell now switches out of the middle. He passes back to Chase the Brits.
Good feet to the
Great
inside.
pass that just misses, and another penalty call.
Another penalty. Ooh,
penalty on Park again.
I missed that one.
I didn't see what he did.
I didn't
it
either.
looked like he
It's a
said slash, maybe?
No, he said a slash. I missed that one.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I didn't see it, but we'll take it. Good news for Lindsley. Something you don't see. I mean, 3 people in the penalty box there for Wheeling Park.
Yeah.
Haven't seen that in lacrosse much.
That's very rare.
Yeah, a lot of white there. Oh man. Nice save by Cameron Dietrich to keep him in that right there.
Well done by Cameron Dietrich.
Yeah. Wow, that's a nice,
really good play.
That was a really good pass ahead. I thought Luke had it, but it just got out of his stick.
So now 2 are coming back on.
A lot of white there. Go by Felix Linus. Talk about a change of events there. You know, a little extracurricular going on after the play. I didn't quite see what happened.
I don't know.
Looked like Luke Simonetti and Julian Fisher were mixing up a little bit.
Is number 2?
Is it? Oh, 2? Okay, Connor Ball. Didn't quite see what happened. I saw Julian fall backwards, but I didn't quite see what happened there. Nonetheless, though, everybody, it is a goal for Lindsley. Some type of unsportsmanlike conduct?
On
22, that's Luke Simonetti, unsportsmanlike conduct. Connor Ball, number 2, also in the box as well. Yeah, it was also unsportsmanlike conduct, guys out there. Number 2, Connor Ball, and number 22, Luke Simonetti, both of them unsportsmanlike conduct there.
I'm not sure what transpired out there.
Yeah, I didn't quite see that. I saw Julian go down, but, hey, at this point in the game, nothing wrong with selling it. Especially with only 3 minutes left to go. It's Lindsley 15, Wheeling Park 12, and with these guys in the penalty box right now, you gotta love Lindsley's chances here to finish this game out on a high note and close it out. It's been a good game, back and forth for both teams. A lot of respect for both teams. They're really laying it on the line out here. All right, here we are, back in the action. It's a good time for Lindsley to work the ball around. They don't need to do anything quick.
Or throw it out of bounds.
Yeah. This is a good time, as I always say. Use your poise. Take your time. Look for something really good. No need to force anything. Nolan Smith fires, but it'll still be Lindsley's advantage. Chase LeBrit's there. Felix there as well. 2:47 to go. Good pass in the middle, and it's a goal. Will Colovis with another goal. I believe that's his hat trick now, and his third of the game. Great goal there by Will Colovis. I didn't see who the pass. I didn't see if that was Chase or Felix on the pass.
I think it was Chase.
Yeah, great pass by Chase.
Chase will get the assist on that one.
Yeah, Chase's name's been called a lot. He's had quite a few goals, and he's also assisted on a few as well. Really doing a nice job on the offensive end for your cadets. And you see Coach Zimmerman and Coach Tom down there, they're really excited. I think they feel like they have a great chance of closing this one out in what's a really big game between two rivals. And it's a 16, Wheeling Park 12. You got 2:43 to go. Park still has men in the box, too. Face off one again. Lindsley, Sawyer Palin coming up clutch there and pick that up. He gets by Cooper Abraham, who passes to John Powell, who passes to Chase LeBritz, who was able to corral it. He's got Felix over here on his right if he wants him. Yes, Felix behind the cage, wide open if he needs him. Trey Goddard's got it now. He passes back to Evan Badwar. Evan Badwar to Nolan Smith.
He's working in the open set. Or not.
Maybe a quick shot there, but wow. Yeah. Heads up play by Felix to pull that when that ball's out of the crease. You know, it was a nice save, but he didn't have it in the crease, so heads up play by Felix there. Yeah. John Powell with the goal. Great goal by John Powell there.
Unfortunately, Cameron had a few problems just getting that off of the Fawcett field.
Yeah, he had it just outside that crease there. So
yeah, and again, it's not like AstroTurf or Super Turf. It's getting the lacrosse ball off the grass is a little bit more of a challenge, especially if you're not used to it. Which is a shame because the kid has played an outstanding game. Both goalies doing well. We expect that out of Will, but Cam Dietrich has been impressive today.
Oh, very much so. He's made a lot of good saves.
A lot of crucial saves. 16. Sorry, folks. Left the mic on.
Did they disallow the goal?
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it was a goal by John Powell, but I'm guessing they disallowed the goal there. I'm not sure why, but I apologize for that, guys. I didn't see
so do I. And I thought it was time that he was talking about.
Yeah, at first I thought they meant time, but well, apparently they disallowed the goal.
What, Garrett? He was in the box.
Yeah, that's interesting here. Well,
I'm not sure.
We're not sure what happened there, guys, but Park, you can see, is going to try to get that ball downfield as much as possible. They don't have a ton of time, and they have to score quickly. Great play by Julian Fisher, and he gets it up ahead to Cam Hiriok. He's got Felix open if he can get it to him. Just throws it away. It's a race to go get it. Trey Goddard racing down. John Powell also getting in the mix. And big pickup by Trey Goddard there.
Good.
Now's the time. I guess I don't even know if it'd be yellow, but you can almost go red here and just work it.
Or throw it away.
Throw it away. And it is Wheeling Park ball. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the goal was disallowed because of a crease violation. So that is why the goal was disallowed, and that's why the score still remains 16-12, Lindsley. Like I said, we just got to kill off 109, and then we're going to win this game. So great pass ahead to Luke Simonetti, who tried to get the corner ball, but he doesn't. He throws it away, and it is Lindsley possession now.
Figure out how to get it to Nolan. He's right there. No one really on him.
Another penalty flag. I'm guessing it's on Connor Ball again. He's the only one down there. Good pass ahead to Evan Badwar. Really, now it's just time to just run out that clock and go celebrate a victory at the wheel. Good stick movement, good try there.
Tried to force that one a little bit.
Yeah, I think that was Cam Hiriok trying to get a goal there.
So a number of outstanding performances today, Coach. Besides the goalies, for Park, if you think about it, you got Cooper,
Yeah.
You've got Luke Simonetti, Cooper Abraham.
Caden Lyons had a nice game for them
Lyons,
as well.
all three outstanding. Quentin on the faceoff did a really nice job.
Yeah, he did. Quentin Bentonesi had a nice job, too, battling Trey Goddard and knee. Like I said, we got under 30 seconds to go, and now's Lindsley's chance to just close this out. Looks like Lindsley's going to go on and get the win and move to 5-3 on the year. And like I said, you may see these two teams match up again in the playoffs here.
I'm betting that we will.
Yeah, hopefully for us we'll be here again at Fawcett Field.
Hopefully here.
Getting a little chippy down here on the defensive end, but Luke and Julian, got a really good composure by Julian. He's, you can tell 22 Luke is a little frustrated, but as Julian doesn't need to do anything. Lindsley gets the win, and they're going to celebrate with their goalie, Will Respect there.
Great game, great West Virginia game.
Yeah, hey,
good high school game.
Yeah, that's a really good game by two good teams, Lindsley and Wheeling Park. But our homestanding Lindsley Cadets win it 16-12 there. And Coach, got to give a lot of credit to Lindsley there. They started off the game hot, maybe lost a little bit of momentum in the middle there, but to come out on top, I'm sure Coach Zimmerman's got to be proud of his team tonight.
I think absolutely. Total team effort. When the chips went down, they turned the momentum back around, got it going again in the fourth, and that's what pulled it out. So, outstanding job by both teams that know each other.
Yeah, for sure.
And they're going to see each other again.
Yeah, I got to think they're going to see each other again, maybe in the playoffs. And like we said, Lindsley 16, Wheeling Park 12. That moves Lindsley to 5-3 on the season, and Wheeling Park to 3-5. Credit to Nolan Smith for 5 goals, Chase Labritz, multiple goals, Felix Julianus, multiple goals, William Kalovis, multiple goals, and John Powell was also in on the scoring. So, once again, this was Coach Seabright and Coach Lofstead. We hope to join you again for another broadcast this season for your Lindsley lacrosse team.
Let's go, Cadets.
Thank you.